The following episode has been recorded at the Open Group Amsterdam Summit. Hello and welcome to Open Comments with me, Ash. Today's guests are Leonardo Melo, Manager of Geoscience and Geoengineering Data within the IT sector. Please can you tell us a little bit about your respective careers working for Petrobras so far?
Yeah, I can start. I'm in Petrobras for around 13 years, and the whole time I worked with data management and governance specific for geosciences and geoengineering. So it's a long time that I have experience with this, and in the last few years I became a manager of this area. And I'm also the focal point for OSDU in my company, and we've been working a lot with the community for OSDU.
And Pascoal Mello, Assistant Analyst within Exploration.
Hello, I started Petrobras working network offshore, and after that I'm focusing exploration geoscience application infrastructure, and I know to part of the exploration team 4 years ago and start work with OSDU.
Can you tell us a little bit about what collaboration means to you both in your respective roles?
This is Leonardo speaking. In my role, collaboration means that we have people participating in the forum, like talking to other operators, talking to the ISVs, and making everyone to achieve the same goal, that is interoperability using OSDU. That's the main objective.
This is Pascoal speaking. Important to us is sharing knowledge and sharing issues, solutions, because I think collaboration team help us to involve and solve our problems, engage the group to work together and find some same solution for everyone.
Moving on to our next topic, please can you tell us how you got into learning more about the Open Group and what your journey with the Open Group has been like so far, please?
Yes, so my journey started around 3 or 4 years ago. It was an initiative by Exploration, and from IT we were pretty close to Exploration, and we have a need for interoperability between the software of the independent software vendors, and it was seen as an opportunity within OSDU. So my involvement started because of OSDU, and we started doing a proof of concepts to test the idea and see if it actually could be useful to our company. And we did proof of concept, and we decided that yes, it is really important to us. It can help us to achieve the objective of interoperability. And then we started to implement the OSDU inside our company, and it's been a journey. We are just getting in touch with everybody, other companies, other operators, to try to improve this interoperability. And we've been participating in the forum since this time. I mean, around 3 or 4 years.
The exploration vision at Petrobras need to solve a big challenge, because you have a lot of application and a lot of partners, and they need to work together and share information. And OSDU is a way to solve this for us, and we believe that OSDU can use for all the partners in the same way. And because this, I think, we a good opportunity to share our environments, our knowledge, our problems, our solution, because we solve this internally at Petrobras. We help to other operators solve internally too, because all our problems are same and similar. And because OSDU is so important to us, we work hard to do this, working as soon as possible and show and share our experience to Forum and learn with other partners, other operators too. Yeah.
And rewinding a little bit back to interoperability, what does that word mean for you specifically?
Petrobras is a big company, like the largest in Latin America, and we have a lot of data and we have a lot of different softwares. And interoperability means the data to be taken from one software, one application to another, and that takes a lot of. It's a big problem because the formats are different. The sizing sometimes is big, so we have a bunch of people just to load data from one software to another, and this takes a long time. And the interpreters are the guys that actually find new oil reserves need that data to do it. So what we intend to do is reduce the time that the interpreters have to get the data from one software to another. So that's what interoperability means, for the data to flow seamlessly between all these applications. And OSDU is like English for data in upstream. So it translates everything, and that's why we need it so much.
With OSDU, we want to centralize and standardize our data, and because we lost a lot of time to make a copy and transfer data, the application from another, and we need to all this data in the same place, because it helps us to share information in all our workflows that we need to do. And sometimes we lost a lot of time and a lot of money to do these tasks, and doesn't work well. And OSDU is a possibility to do this more flowing and more quickly, and we save money and present our industry, our environment, a different way to work. It's like a new way to do the same thing, but faster and with more easy and more friendly environment. And we expect that this do bring gain to our company and our users.
And how have you been finding the Open Group Amsterdam Summit so far? And what do you like the most about attending these types of events?
What I like the most is to be able to encounter the people face to face, right? Because we've been doing like online meetings, and I know a bunch of people from far away, and now it's the time to actually meet that people and be able to do an in-person meeting and talk about our problems, about our goals. That's the main point for me. And we also have possibility to see how the other companies are using OSDU, how they are improving their environments, and that's quite nice, because we are far. We are doing some things in Petrobras that might be different, or in some cases is equal what the other companies are doing, and it's quite nice to see how everybody is going towards OSDU, so we can adjust our strategy.
For me, face-to-face is the most important event that I participate, because it's a possibility to know other persons that have the similar environment, the same challenge, and we have virtual meetings that help us, but the face-to-face so great idea to do our opportunity to see eye and eye and show us with more details and free conversation and possibility to show with more contact with the person is different than virtual. So face-to-face so important to make more engagement in the team and create the a collaboration environment that is work very well.
And do you think it's easy? I mean, in today's world, a lot of things have become remote. So do you think when people come together that it's much easier to gauge the ideas that they have, their viewpoints in person rather than online or over WebEx, where sometimes messages can have different interpretations, whereas when you're face to face, it's easier to interpret each other more? Is there a preference? Do you have a preference over each one, or do you think each one has their own positives and negatives, you could say?
It's like it wouldn't be feasible to meet face to face every time, but face to face it's always better in my opinion, because we can see exactly the expression the other people are.
Yes.
Yeah. And we also can use the environment like boards to write down things. I just think it's different, but it's better to do it face to face. But we do a lot of virtual meetings because of needs, right? We are like in Brazil, and we talk to people from a bunch of different countries. So that's what we need to do. But whenever we have a chance to do it face to face, is better.
Meeting is our feature that we need to use, but face-to-face is the best way to do the people work well, because we need to see the person personally and keep contact. And if we only do this virtual, we lost some details, some important points that they need to understand. If only virtual meetings, you can do this touchable for the person understand what really want to do, what we want to explain. So if you have an opportunity to do the face-to-face and for 2 years, twice years, or sometimes it's so important because the virtual meeting is help us to continue this working. When you see the person, see the other person personally, you can make more engagement for what you want to do.
Now, one other point that I would like to add is that sometimes it's hard for us to meet the higher ups of the companies, and they're all here.
Do you think as well, because of that, it's nice to have, as you've both mentioned, it's nice to have everyone in one place, because obviously we don't always have these opportunities all the time. So when people come together like this, because it can be different environments, but because it's face to face, it's just, you could say, easier to collaborate. I'd probably say face to face, but also, as you said, you're meeting so many different people on different levels within different companies that it's not only very energizing, but you can share your ideas, learn from each other, but just get to know each other as well. And I think in a world where, a lot of things are remote, when we have these opportunities to meet face to face, I'm sure we don't take it for granted, and it's great to get work done in this way, and then we go back to our remote working, and then, we come back to face. So I think it's a nice balance, to have the face to face and also remote working as well.
Yeah. And in the event, it's not just working, because when we are doing a virtual meeting, it's just work. But when we're here, we also grab a coffee together.
Networking, yes.
We have the events at night. So it's different. You kind of build a relation with the other guys that are here. So that's really important. It actually improves the work later because of these connections that we may
and to
make
strengthen
here.
the relationships as well when you get a chance to meet face to face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the face-to-face, the possibility to know more about the other person, what we involve them to do this, what we need to do. And after this, we can to discuss about the other things that can help us to understand what happened and your workflows or day by day we need to do. Sometimes you can explain with more time, not only with virtual meetings that you need time to start and to finish, an obligation to do this. face-to-face opportunity to know more about the people, and relationship.
Thank you. And to end, is there any advice or nuggets of information that you'd like to share with our listeners, after talking with us on strategy and collaboration today?
Today is a challenge and we need to work together. And sometimes we need to know how we do it the best way, and need to decide how we can do this the best form. And when you do this with collaboration with another person in different teams, we can do this better. We can make the show the important point that you need to solve together. And I think it's the most important thing that you need to create in this collaboration team. And you work and explain something that you need, and you understand what the other person wants, and you can do this more flowing.
I think one big challenge that we have is because in the forum we have the cloud service providers, the software vendors, the operators, and each of these has different objectives, but we are moving towards one goal, that is to build an open platform, and it should be open. It's the objective of the Open Group and also the OSDU. These should be open, and that's the biggest challenge for me, because everyone should collaborate and keep the eyes on the goal. It should be open, and it must keep open.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us today on the Open Comments podcast, and we wish you all the best with your future endeavours. And to all our listeners out there, thank you so much again for tuning in, and we hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as we have. Stay safe and happy listening.